Ooh, I didn't even. Okay, I think that's it. Let me see. Is this on? Is this on? Yes, it's all on. Okay, great. Good. What is this? Is this the morning? We still, no, it's afternoon. It's afternoon now. Good afternoon, everybody. How's everyone doing today? I hope you are well. Um, I hope you as well as you can be given the circumstances, right? Make sure everything is on point. Yes. Greetings. You see, I'm giving the children a nice Bridgerton look. I feel very Bridgerton today. I feel a little Bridgerton. Very much Bridgerton. All right. So I hope everyone is well today. We are gonna talk about some things. We're gonna talk about this September month. What are the numbers saying in this September? What is the spirit saying? What is life saying? And what do I got to say? Okay, so we're gonna talk about all of that. Let me see. Good old what do I want to do? How do I want to do this? Yeah, it's a lot of chaos energy. So how about we start with a good old prayer? Can we go ahead and center ourselves, please? Yeah, let's go ahead and center ourselves. Yeah. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Deep breath in again and breathe out. Oh, divine source, divine spirit, we're grateful for yet another day, another chance, another opportunity to get clear, to commune, to understand, and certainly to know. Spirit, I call forth into alignment all those who need to hear, all those that can receive. Spirit, allow them to receive what is being presented, Spirit, and also allow their eyes to remain open to see out what the Spirit has shown us within. So in the name of all that is, we say it is so, and so it is. All right. Ooh, child. Now we done got all that out of the way. Let's get into this September. I have been I've been in a tech week for a show that I was directing. I was directing Sweeney Todd. And that was definitely a good milestone moment for me. Was very is very successful. The children are doing their things, and we're grateful for that and for them. But I realized that there was a heap of self-care that I, was not doing, and I need to get going. And so I've been doing myself a good old reset these past couple of days, and we are setting our intentions, and we are gonna move forward. Move forward. All the notes that I will have today will be placed in Patreon. All right. So if you need the notes, if you don't want to be sitting down and your hand cramping, then you want to go ahead and get into the Patreon so you could get those notes. All right. Dear God, let's go ahead and begin with this. So, this past month, we were in a number 8 universal month. If you have been following myself discussing politics, discussing the Trump administration, you will know that I did everything but lie. Okay? Everything was done except for a lie. I spoke about the health issues. I spoke about all these grand moves, the theatricality of it all. I spoke about trying to align himself, doing some type of rebranding, aligning himself as a martyr for the Lord Jesus Christ. To which he came out and said and was like, "Oh, I heard I'm not doing too good. I hope I can get into heaven. That's all I'm trying to do." And everybody's calling him Moses and Job and and all of that is going to continue for the first week of this month. Okay, so just know that we talked about all the things in there, and all the things came to fruition. So I need you to go ahead and go back and look at that video. It's on my Instagram. It's on my TikTok. I think it is on my YouTube. I'm not sure if it's on my YouTube or not, but go look at that and get refreshed. I will be also doing a video breaking down what the moves are for him for this month as well. And thus how we need to pivot and what we need to know. All right. So please look at that. Also, if you need to book a session with me, allegedly, I've been having some trouble with that. I don't know what the problem is, but as I click it now, it works. So you can go and you can book that. So we can have that. All right. So this 8 month, what did this 8 month bring us on a personal level? 8 is connected to the ego. 8 is connected to karma. 8 is connected to power, to authority. 8 is connected to the solar plexus, to the stomach. Also is connected to the bones and the structure. All right. So a lot of us have had ego challenge this month. A lot of us have been called up on our pride this month. A lot of us have had dealings when it comes to the finances where we have had to rearrange some things or we've stepped into some financial breakthroughs or have just had a serious focus on our finances and building. A lot of us have been moving and dealing with powers. We have experienced people who've had power trips. All right. Realizing our responses to authority. Some of us realized our own authority. All of that spirit, all of that energy was carrying us all throughout August. Okay. Now, the other part that is connected to this. Oh, wait. Can y'all see me on here? Okay, you can see me. That good old karma. I hope y'all did the right thing last month. And you still have this week to do the right thing. Please do the right thing. Because what's done in the dark, or what was done in the dark in that 8th energy, will come into the light and bust you upside your head. So let's do the right thing. Hey, Bishop. All right. So as we are entering into this September month, we already know that we are in a universal year 9. That universal year has brought chaos, has brought endings, has brought closure. It is also a year that is heavily connected with transitions. So a lot of people have transition out of jobs, transition out of places, transition out of the country, preparing for the number one universal year next year, which is a new start and a new beginning. All right. So all of this energy, we know that 9 is also connected to storms, to weather. 9 is connected to wildfires, all types of things, freak accidents, everything. It's just a chaotic energy. And there's a divine opportunity that 9 presents us, and that is the ability to bring things to a close and also to release. That 9 forces completions, forces endings. How I like to look at it is when spirit nudge you, spirit whisper to you first. Now, spirit been whispering to you for months now, some folks years. Then spirit nudge you. Then spirit shove you. And then spirit hits you upside the head with a brick to force you to move. So that number 9 energy comes to disrupt structures that no longer work. Routines that no longer work. Where they've tried to get you to move and you have not moved. And so you will be moved. And it's not to harm you. It is because if they did not do it, if God don't do it, it won't get done. If the source did not push you, you would not have moved. And isn't it good to know that it is a part of the universal design to get you out of stuck places? It is divine design to get you out of stuck places. That's good news. That's good news. So that universal 9 year is it's the contextualizer. It's the world, right? It presents an overarching energy. The 8th month was last month. This September is a universal month 9. No, I'm not doing readings. It's a universal month 9. Okay. How do we find this universal month number? We take the universal year and add it to the number of the month and then reduce it. So this is a number 9 year. We're looking at a number 9 month. Add 9 plus 9, that comes to 18. Add 1 plus 8, that comes to 9. Okay. It just so happens that because you have a 9 each month, the number that month is accurate to what the universal month is. However, we have a double 9. The universal year is in a 9. The universal month is in a 9. So this month is karmic closure amplified. This is the month. Yes, double 9. Where spirit is pulling the veil back in every area of life. Nothing false. Nothing unfinished. Or unsustainable will be able to hide. Nothing false, nothing unfinished, nothing unsustainable will be able to hide. The revealing. All right? Because you got to see what you need to get rid of to start afresh, to start anew, to start again. So this is the energy that is coloring this month. So let's just talk about politics. because we do. It is very important for you to know that you must be informed, but you need to be well. There is only so much that you can do, and the only thing you can do is what you can do. And if you can't do nothing about it, well, that must certainly not be something that you need to be focusing on trying to do. Okay? But we have to know what's happening so we know how to pivot. We must decode the enemy so we know the sequence of events for us to follow. So I'll make a separate video where I will specifically break down the administration. Okay, that's going to be a separate video. Hey, Amaya, sweetheart, that's going to be a separate video. But I just want to talk politics in general so we understand what's going on. September is not business as per usual. Nothing about this year is going to be as per usual. This is the funeral month of illusions. Any illusion you got? Any illusion they got? This is the funeral. The illusion will not last. The illusion will not stand. Oh, Lord. All right. Sorry, I just got a text from one of my clients. So we are in that universal 9 year, that universal 9 month, and Trump's administration carries, how can I put this? They are colored by that number 9 energy as well. But let me tell you this. The number 9 is the elder. Oh, Lord. I'm on live right now. LOL. Is the elder. It is the watchful elder. It's the karmic elder. It's the unforgiving elder. And so I want you to pay attention to the news, pay attention to what's being reported, because this month, politics are going to become a courtroom, okay? And every leader, every deal, every crown will be tested and compared to truth. Period. What should we expect? Scandals, as per usual, but also resignations. Just pay attention. And exposures that erupt within the Trump administration, within Trump's cabinet, within Trump's allies. Okay? The divine mission number of this administration is at number 3. And we talked about this before. That is the number of the propaganda. That is the number of marketing. That is the number of communication, of the voice, right? Of the messaging, of the spinning of narratives. Because they got that divine mission of 3, this is going to guarantee us that secrets are unable to stay hidden. and the truths will be shouted from the rooftops. The truths will be leaked. Hear that language. Truths will be leaked, and truths will be televised. So if you thought the tea was piping hot before, sit tight. There's gonna be, as much as they're pushing these laws and things, they're gonna continue to do that as they always have done. But there is an energy of justice that is attached to that number 9. So be prepared for some of these attempts, some of these laws, some of these rulings to fall apart. And so we're going to be experiencing wins that feel like it's a karmic justice. It's a justice for years of corruption. And I know that is hard to see and understand now, but just hold to that. Hold to that and remember that I'm telling you this. Also, they're going to really try to push the theatrics. They're going to really try to push the propaganda. But the spirit that governs this 9-year, the spirit that governs this 9-year is stripping of the mask. All right? The performance will collapse into exposure. Duran says, I just saw yesterday that 2 Republican governors will not be running again. The signs are showing. All right? The signs are showing. So be mindful of that. Tracy. Oh, is that Tracy? Hi, Tracy. I miss you, Tracy. Tracy's sessions were the best. Baby, we'll be jumping from one topic to the next. Okay. Now, we also need to know that the administration has, let me make sure. Yeah, the administration has that number 2 energy, okay? That soul nature 2. So that speaks of, on the positive, it can be cooperative and all this shit, but we already know ain't nothing positive about this goddamn administration, excuse me. So this is more double dealing. This is more manipulation. This is more foreign entanglements. And so, but September is gonna surface the proof of the shadow partnerships. So pay very close attention. We're gonna be seeing who's friends with who, who's connected to who is hunching who is hoochie cooching with who. And it's going to be surprising. That is both in that type of situation, but this is also as it pertains to people that we think are supporting one thing, and it is truly revealed that they support another thing. Come on, 22. We got a master number 22 on YouTube, period. Come on, that is the number of the master builder. That also comes to a 4, which is this a part of the sacred count and the soul nature of America. So what does that mean? I'm talking good. All right. So be very mindful of that. The administration, their sacred count is 1293. 1293. That birth gate of ones speaks to them having a goal to come in and totally dominate. You may even hear the children admit to needing and wanting a dictatorship. That soul nature number 2 speaks that the unifying and we all in this together. We are the world. That language that we understand is divisive. September is going to drag all of the contradictions to the surface. Okay? That ancestral current 9 that they got, that is the karmic current of endings. So this month will mark the first major unraveling of Trump's second term. So we've already seen it fall apart, but this month is going to bring a major unraveling. And with that administration having that divine mission of 3, the scandals are going to be very loud, and they will be made public and amplified and will be impossible to ignore. Not hoochie coochie. Who hoochie coochie with who? Scandalous. That's from The Color Purple, the musical. The church ladies come, excuse me, not the movie, the actual musical. 2 different things. The church lady come in. Who this? Look at who that? That's Sophia. Tell me who that with her. Who this? Look at who that? Baby, when I tell you, they crack me up. But they see Suge and Suge with Mr. and Suge with Celie, and they said, who hoochie coochie with who? Scandalous. They crack me up. All right. So just know all that's happening. All right. So that's the aspect of politics. I want to move on. I want to talk about something that we don't discuss enough, but we really should. I want to talk about the weather. I want to talk about the weather. That 9 energy, a double 9 month, doesn't just show up in politics and our personal selves, but it also shows up in the weather and in the environment. Let me just make sure something. Yeah. So it's going to show up in the sky. It's going to show up in the sea. It's going to show up in the earth. Because this is what you need to know. The oldest, spirit's oldest mouthpiece is nature. And I'm going to tell you now that this 9 month is going to speak in storms. So get ready. Have your Google Translate out. Darcel, your style never misses. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate you. I said, let me give the children a little bit of this Bridgerton tease. I got to give them a little Bridgerton. Okay. So the water, take me to the water. Take me to the water. Take me to the water to be baptized. Nothing but the righteous. Since 9 is tied to endings, 9 is also tied to cleansings. And the water is its chosen element. Okay? Waters, pay attention to the water. All right? We got to expect this. We got to expect hurricanes. We got to expect floods. We got to expect heavy rain. The year started off with that 9, that chaos, that hot-tempered energy, causing the fires. Now, all that good humidity is getting ready to come in here, and the water's finna act a fool. All right? So be prepared for heavy rains. Be prepared for that. But as we are a spiritual people and we are choosing to study and look from a spiritual lens, I need you to understand that as horrible as the effects and the consequences of dealing with these major storms, I need you to know that the agenda of the storm is not to hurt you. The agenda of the storm is not to harm you. The agenda of the storm, both from a physiological standpoint, or let me not say physiological, let me say a literal standpoint, and also a metaphorical standpoint, is to wash away the old things. So I need you to catch some of this rainwater. Come on, I need you to catch some of this rainwater. And instead of trying to do what these folks who ain't did a speck of healing want you to hurt people and do all this stuff here, I need you to use that water, this weather water that comes this month, as an ultimate cleanser, as a completion water. All right, as a transformative water. Take that water, honey, put it in a working, use it to wash the porch, whatever you need to do, but use that water and bless that water as a method of completion, as a method of purification. The storms do not come to destroy. The storms come to purify. All right. So pay attention to, if you live by water and things like that, pay attention to the weather. Make sure you know what's going on. All right. And if they tell your ass, excuse me, to evacuate or do something, do that. Okay. If you know you ain't paid your renter's insurance, or you ain't paid your whatever, pay that. Okay. Do what you need to do. All right. Hey, Sunila. Hey. So the rivers are going to rise. The coastlines may be battered. Okay. But what I want you to know is that the water holds the memory. All right. And it comes to clear what has been ignored. All right. That's the weather. We can also expect, because that 9 is so unpredictable, the weather patterns are going to swing hard. So you're going to find out that you are immediately in warm weather and suddenly it's cold. You were going to find this month that we were in cold weather, cool weather, and suddenly it's hot. Suddenly it's storming. Suddenly this weather's happening. Suddenly it's windy. Suddenly it's unpredictable. All right? Wind's going to be strong. Oh, yeah, it's not going to play any games this month. Okay? But here we go. Can I also help you with this? The climate will mirror September's theme. If it ain't sturdy, it ain't gonna stay. If it ain't sturdy, it ain't gonna stay. So I want us, as we are growing in our development, I need you to return. Listen, you can still be Christian. You could be in Ifa. You could be in Palo Mayombe. You could be in a Wiccan or whatever you want to be. But I want you to return and recall and remember and ancient wisdom. Our first religion and spiritual understanding was in nature. And I want us to listen. If it's true, you're going to go outside and see that it's true. If it's true, you can see it true in nature. If it's true. Okay? If it's true, you're going to see it true in nature. So I want us to return to doing like our mamas and aunts and grandmas and granddaddies and uncles and fathers would do. Sit outside and hush and listen to what the wind is trying to tell you. Pay attention to the sky. I know that we are in our technology age, so we keep our head more down than up. Lift your head up. Look at the sky. Look at the clouds. What is the Spirit trying to tell you? Lay awake at night and you wonder why. Maybe God is trying to tell you something right now, right now. So look up, put the phone down and look up, look around, pay attention to the animals, pay attention to the plants. Are the plants growing? Are they leaning? Are they starting to die? And why is the Spirit drawing this particular nature element to your attention? And what is Spirit trying to show you through that? No, I'm not Christian anymore, but I do remember the story of the burning bush and how Abrahamic God used a bush to deliver the message. That for me is metaphorical to you needing to pay attention to nature and knowing that nature, as I said earlier, is the oldest mouthpiece of the Spirit. All right. The earth is going to be a witness. The earth is going to be a witness. Okay? Earth is going to be a witness. All right? This cracks the ground. This 9 doesn't just end with water. It will crack the ground. So be mindful of areas where there are earthquakes normally and tremors. That is going to surface. Okay? Especially if the area is already known for that. We're going to have we're going to have it popping up in other places as well, but really paying attention to areas that are known for that. Because that 9 is hot-tempered, we may have wildfires flare up again. But I need you to understand that even the burning, the fire, is another phase of release. Okay? What is dry, what is lifeless, consuming that so growth can emerge. That's okay, because this is what I'm going to give you something in just a moment. Because the land is a spirit, because nature is a spirit, and our spirits, you can do certain things to appease the spirit. There are certain things that you could do for your house so the storm will pass you by. There's something you can do in your ground so that the ground won't shake you up too bad. Okay? And at no point of this, y'all, at no point of this, in this, should you be scared. That's not helpful. You being like, dear God, that's not helpful. It's not helpful. All right. So just know that. It's going to be okay. The things have to end for the new things to begin. Here's something that I'm going to give you this now, what you can do. All right. Appeasing nature. If you got some rivers near you, any lakes near you, any ocean near you, something of that nature. Why are you not telling people the truth? Who is this? What is the truth you want me to tell them? Who is this? Oh, Lord. Let me just go ahead and get you on up out of here. Because guess what? You can take your truth. Thank you. And play in traffic. All right. Take you some fresh water. You can do a pinch of rose water in that, or some of your Florida water in that. Pray over that. Okay. And matter of fact, hold on, let me just change my setting on this here, because then the children like to come and hop from platform to platform and try to ruin my life. You ain't gonna ruin my life. No. You're not gonna ruin my life. Thank you. Okay. Now I done did that. I done secured that. So some offerings you can do. Like I said, you can take you some water, right? Fresh water. Put some white flowers in it, white flower petals, some coconut in it, some honey. And you want to take you some coins, silver coins. Okay? That water carries the memory, especially if you collect some of this rainwater that's coming down and use some of that rainwater, that's fine too. If you ain't got no rainwater, use the water you got. That's fine too. You wanna that water carries the memory. Honey, and that coconut, that's some sweetness and some clearing. Okay? And we want to give that to soften the spirit of the weather. Okay? Honey, some of that coconut water, that fresh water. Put those flowers in there. All right? You want to pray your prayer. You can pour that into the ocean. If you ain't got no ocean, you could put that by your door, and the prayer or pour that into your ground. I would keep it by the door, especially if you hear that there's a storm coming. Put it by the door, so on the porch on the outside, so that the water will recognize itself and pass you by. Okay? Pray over that water. Waters of life. Ease the storms. And as you cleanse, also bless. As you cleanse and you are doing your work, also bless. Take the strife away and return to us peace. All right? That's for the weather. If you're somewhere that is affected by earthquakes and you're wanting to give something to appease the earth, the gardens, the trees, forest, so forth and so on, right? The land. This is what I would suggest. Cornmeal, some apples or some oranges. All right. Mix that together. All right. And also take some soil from where it is that you live. Part of the reason is the cornmeal and those oranges, those sweetening fruits, oranges, apples, sweetening. The cornmeal is for sustenance. And what we're doing is we're taking that, we're mixing that up, we're praying on that. Whatever you call the earth, if you want to call it Mother Earth, whatever you want to do, we're making food and we're feeding the earth, feeding nature. All right? Accept this food as gratitude. Hold steady the ground beneath us. And let the roots be anchored. Let the roots that anchor us be calm. And you want to take that and you want to pour that mixture at the base of a tree. It can be your front yard, your backyard, somewhere way in the corner. All right. If you don't want, like, you don't want none of them animals coming there eating that food by your house, take it to somewhere else, a garden or something. But the point is you want to offer that and feed the earth. All right. For if you are in a place where it is hot tempered, all right, and you run the risk of any second, there could be a fire that break out, a wildfire that break out. This is what I want you to do. We're gonna create. You want to get something that you can burn something in. So this can be an incense, okay. And you want to do this outside, but you don't want to catch something on fire. It could be one of them cauldrons, cast iron skillets, whatever. You want to take you some cinnamon sticks. You want to take you some bay leaves, okay. I also want you to find peppers. If you got any red peppers, you want to use red pepper flakes, something like that. We're connecting to this hot tempered energy, okay. I also want you to add in sweetening things, sweetening fruits, sugar cane, honey. I want you to add in that. And as you're doing that, I want you to also to write out a prayer to sweeten the heat, sweeten the fire. Let the fire be sacred. Let the fire burn without rage. Let the fire transform without consuming. Right? Let the fire bring light and not ruin. I want you to write that out, and I want you to burn all of that together. Let it burn. Pray over, speak that over. You want to take some soil for your home because you don't want your home to be affected by any fire or anything. Put that in that mixture and let that burn together. Okay? If we need to appease the wind, if you're in a windy place, because, we got the hurricane that bring the water, but it's also the wind. That's the problem. You can go somewhere in an open field, some open area where the wind blows freely. You want to get you some incense smoke, some feathers, incense of your choice. I like copal resin. Copal is really good. Maybe rosemary, eucalyptus, maybe a cooling herb like eucalyptus. Rosemary also gives that too. Okay. You want to have that. You want to even some feathers. You can get you a feather. And you really need to do some breath work out there in that open air. Part of this reason is because air carries intention. All right. Air, our breath is life. Right. And so what we want to do, same thing. You could take that incense you use copal, use whatever that cooling incense, and you want to add that sweetening in there. Add some some cinnamon, add some sugar, add some cane sugar, add some honey in there. We want to create a sweet smoke. Add, or let's do this so we don't put the incense out. You could take the peelings of oranges. Take some orange peel. All right. Put that in that cauldron and burn that cooling incense over it so we can create a sweet smoke. Right? So we can create a sweet smoke. We stand in that open, we release that incense, that sweet smoke with that orange peel, burning that. As we're doing breath work, blowing to the horizon, calling on the winds of spirit. Let the winds carry peace. Let the winds move softly among us. Let the winds scatter only what must go. Okay? So, that's what we need to do to appease nature. Y'all got that? Good. So just know, there's a divinity to all things. And when we keep our mind fixed on the divinity of it, what is this doing on a larger level? Things become so much better for us. All right? And our understanding and dealing with it. So again, the storms, that spirit's way of forcing movement where humans resist. You got the floods. That is the cleansing of grief. That is the washing away what is buried. We got the earthquakes. This is the foundation cracking when the ground beneath us has been ignored. And it's time for a shift. The fires, endings that look violent, but they're fertilizing. Keep that in your mind. Let the sky be a sermon this month. All right. So let's talk about some do's and don'ts for this month as we move and as we navigate. Remember all the stuff I talked about revealing, and you got to, and the truths and all this stuff coming out. That's not just in the government, that is also in us. All right. So I need you to choose truth this month. Choose truth. Choose vulnerability. Choose openness. This is not the month to lie. Why you always lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop lying. And if there's a lie that you need to clear up, go ahead and clear it up for it be cleared for you. Okay, get ahead of the current. Okay? Because when you try to build something on a rotten foundation, it will collapse. It will collapse. So everything that you do it upon truth. Do it upon truth. Okay? Do it upon truth. So, first thing I want us to be, now this is a little, I'm going to say what it is, and then I'm going to bring a caveat to that. This is not typically a cycle to start a new project, less your personal numbers and personal month and your age number indicates you to do that. because September is not, this is not a planting season, it's a clearing one. So does that mean that if you know you need to get up and go exercise, you're like, well, Darcella said not to start nothing new. That's not what that means. But I want you to lead with clearing instead of starting. I want you to lead with saying, okay, if I'm talking about my health, what can I remove? What practices can I clear? What do I need to stop doing? Let me lead with that. Let me take away before I add on. So instead of saying, you know, I'm gonna start taking these new weight loss vitamins, and then I'm gonna go get me a membership here, or I'm gonna start doing these Zumba classes and everything. It's not that you can't do that, but you need to start with what you need to stop doing first. You need to start with what you need to clear first. So my spirit been telling me that I need to go meatless, or I need to be pescatarian. All right, so let me cut out these fried foods. Let me cut out these red meats, right? You know, I've been having stuff. I feel like my sugar is my blood sugar is in a place. I'm not sure about my blood sugar. I feel like it's all right. So what you need to do? What do you need to cut out, right? So take the approach of figuring out you got to clear. What do I got to clear first before I start something else? All right. Are y'all understanding me when I say that distinction? It don't mean that you can't start a new thing. It does. It just means that you need to clear the old things first. And you need to get good at clearing this month. Got to get good at clearing this month. Okay. So if we look at any business venture, any relationship, or any creative venture, if you try to launch it new now, it'll feel stalled, only because the energy is not necessarily new. It is preparing for the new, right? October will be a #1 universal month. Okay, October will be a #1 universal month. That really opens the gate up for new beginnings. Okay. What do you need to clear? If you have moved, I want you to start looking at what you need to throw away. Do you really need all this stuff? Bag lady, you gonna hurt your back, dragging all them bags like that. All right. Are you a bag lady? What you need to throw away? Clear it. You don't need all of this stuff. All right. Hey, Melinda, because some of us are going to be making other moves. That's so strange, Melinda. When I said your name just now, I got a metallic taste in my mouth. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about. But I'm just gonna tell you, and you do all your witchery, honey. You figure that out. But I just had to say that because that's what happened. Okay. So, like I said, so instead of rushing to launch something new, edit this month, revise this month, clean the house this month, close the contract, like that. Understand? That's the energy we want to lead with. Damn. Well, I just moved because my manifestation. And I was tasting metallic in my mouth. Oh. Well, seem like that's good news there. That's good. So you moved last month? So that was a good move for you. Not that. Not you was tasting metallic in your mouth. Let me tell you, the spirit don't play. All right. Melinda is also one of my OG clients, honey. We've had a lot of things, a lot of. She is one of the reasons why I be like, y'all, I don't know everything. When people say stuff is going on, you sometimes just got to believe, folks. Okay. Because some of the stuff that has come through in our sessions have really changed my mind. All right. So we need to understand that. Hey, Michael, how are you, friend? Second thing, this is a betrayal of your design, a betrayal of the blueprint for this month. Don't cling to dead things, dead relationships, dead jobs, dead identities. Don't cling to the dead. If the spirit has ended it, no amount of clinging is going to resurrect it. Let the dead rest. If you know it's dead, let it be dead. Holding on to a dead thing will only breed resentment. You said, how do I stop? How do you stop holding on? Well, first you need to call a dead thing dead. You got to call a dead thing dead. That's the first thing. We still calling it, well, we working it out. Or we just, that's my friend. No, you need to call a dead thing dead. Call it dead. Name it as dead. The reason why you keep grasping to things, most people do that because they haven't admitted that it's over. They have admitted that it's done. You need to say it out loud. You need to write it down. You need to call it what it is, and you need to say it as often as possible. And you need to say it to the folks around you so that they can affirm you that the dead thing is dead. So you could have people 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people to touch and agree with you that the dead thing is dead. Okay? And the more truth you tell, the more truth you tell, the more truth I tell, not the more truth people tell to me. Hold on. People have told you that it's dead, but you ain't told you that it's dead. So the more truth telling I do, that's how the denial breaks. They say denial is a river. I say denial is a rope. Now, y'all better write that down. I said that, baby. Now, I said that. Hold on. I said that. Y'all saying denial is a river. I say denial is a rope. And it is a rope that ties you to corpses. Now clock that. Going forward. We're not clinging to dead things. That is a taboo of this month. That is a betrayal to your blueprint. All right? If you know the friendship expired years ago, stop it. If you know an identity, a version of yourself has expired, you've done outgrown it, stop it. Stop trying to hold on to that. Here's this number 3. This is why I'm drinking this right now. Don't ignore your health. Unfinished health issues are going to demand your attention. So if you know you need to stop eating fast food, stop it today. ASAP. Call your friend, put a schedule, a plan of success together. If you know you need to cut out drinking, stop it today. If you know you're supposed to be taking your medicine, you ain't taking your medicine, stop not taking your medicine. Start taking your medicine. All right? What you have been avoiding is going to come to the surface. And if you neglect it, it's going to show up to you as urgent. And we don't need it to get to a level of urgency. All right? So this is the month for the detox. This is the month, again, that 9, clearing. You see that? Clearing. Clearing out the habits, clearing out the digestive system, clearing out the body. It is time for you to stop. It's to stop. Some of us are decorating abandoned houses and calling them temples. Oh, you look fabulous. Oh, honey, to the world. Oh, it's pulled together. But internally, in the space of the body, it's tore up. It's tore up. And I feel like, what's that song? Encourage yourself. As I minister to you, I minister to myself. All right. So this will be that month. So if your body been like saying, excuse me, this is hurting. Okay. If your body is like, excuse me, you're tired. You need to rest. You need to go to sleep on time. If you do not pull yourself together, your body will start to scream. If you do not pull yourself together, as I said, your body will start to scream. All right? So pull it together. Here's the next thing. I just booked a section. Miss you. Okay, yes. Good. We'll connect. Yeah, because we got to dive into some things. There's so much more that I've practiced and discovered now that I think we're going to be really on point, Melinda. Here's another here's another do not. All that drowning yourself in work, all that drowning yourself in entertainment, all that drowning yourself in distractions to avoid grief and endings, to avoid closure. You're trying to resist closure with busyness. September will not allow you to do that. The avoidance will only deepen the pain. Stop sitting around your partner and not communicating that you're not happy with something. Stop that. Because it's going to be forced to the surface in an ugly way. And I want you to understand something. Yes, this is September, but we have a shadow period. So this energy I'm talking about started a week ago, 9 days ago. Okay? So, around the 22nd-ish of September, this energy started then. All right? I need you to, all of us that love a good calendar, let's book in some time to breathe. Can we do that? Let's just book in some time to sit and process. Let's book in some time to sit outside and let the wind blow on you and take away the things that needs to be taken away. Let's do that. All right. If it got to come to an end, let it come to an end. Let's pivot here and talk a little bit about finances. And I know, y'all, that this may seem like, God damn. Well, unfortunately, this is the number 6, the number 9 energy, and this just how it go. But when you know, you can get ahead and be in tune, right? And that's the point. True spirituality is the acknowledgement of the fullness of the source's design. It is the acknowledgement that, listen, everything is not going to be roses and sunflowers. Sometimes it's going to be weeds. And I'm going to have to learn to look at the weed and see even the weed has a potential in the land. And that's just it. In the space of finances for this month, we're going to see accounts close. You're going to be seeing exactly where you've been spending money, where you should not be spending money. All right? You're going to see where you've been careless. September is coming to get the receipts, child. So here's the truth. You need to get ahead of your finances. If there's stuff you need to pay down, if there's stuff you need to look at, if you still got taxes that you ain't filed and stuff, hey, we human, listen, I got some stuff I got to take care of myself. Okay? Don't keep pushing it aside. Get ahead of it. At least look at it. At least figure out a plan. At least try and do something. All right? This also will let us know that overspending is going to catch up. All right? So if you've been just spending money from a pride thing and not spending money and investing money for a wellness thing, September is going to be spotlight. What's it? What's that Jennifer Hudson song? I don't like living under your spotlight. It's going to be a spotlight. Michelle said, please take heed. Darcelle is never wrong about these financial reads. Thank you. All right. But and if contracts come to an end, or if you're like, you know what, I feel like I need to prepare to transition from this job or something. Here's the problem and the solution. If you wait and let the energy happen to you, instead of you taking charge and aligning the energy, you're always going to meet disaster. Disaster is the consequence of no preparation, of being ill prepared. That's disaster. Disaster is the response, not the storm. And if you're in the Patreon, don't worry, because when I get over here, I'm going live in the Patreon and we're going to break down Katrina. Let's go forward. All right. So let me explain this to you. Because we got all this stuff going on, I need you to know that there is a blessing within this. There's a blessing inside of this burden, because this month is going to force an honesty. It's going to force a financial honesty. This is how you take advantage of this and don't let this just happen to you. Because September is going to strip away the illusions, okay? It's going to show you what's not sustainable. So you can stop leaking your wealth and start being a good steward of the things that the source has given you and of the things that you have earned. All right? So you got to think of it as a pruning that's happening. All right? We got to cut the old dying branches so that we can have some strong fruit after a while. So this is the time to pay off debts. This is, even if you make small payments, Do you see how making even a small payment sends an energy of clearing the slate, excuse me. Y'all see what I'm saying? Even just saying, you know what? Let me just put this on it. All right, let me just do this. Even if I can't take care of it all, let me just send something that way, because that gets you in the energy and in a power position of clearing the slate. You see what I'm saying? I need us to understand how energy works. Yes. Yes. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm missing these comments. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna talk about all that. So look at your subscriptions, y'all. Cancel those subscriptions. Cancel those memberships. The money leaks that you've been ignoring, you want to go ahead and chop that down. Audit your spending. Look at where your money is going. How about this? Instead of tithing to the church, tithe to yourself. What if the principle of tithing wasn't wrong, you just was tithing in the wrong direction? Tithe to yourself. Put money into your savings. Put money into an emergency fund. Show spirit that you can honor your own future. Let's do that. How about we honor our own future? Can we do that? Hayata bo shata. Okay. Let's honor our future. Let's show spirit that the things we're buying, we can use. That this is a good investment. Not something that's getting ready to fall apart and stuff that ain't good for us, no way. I should not be able to. Oh, wow. Praise to the Lord. Technically, we are the church. We are the church. Oh, God. Technically. Yes, I tithe to myself directly in our community and babies and elders. And that's exactly it. My mother taught me that. My mom said, now I don't go to church and tithe, but I tithe in what I do. I tithe with my patients, where I make sure to go the extra mile and invest in that way. So, yes. All right. So do that. Let's be good stewards of our money. I see we're an hour and 19 minutes in. So let me see. Okay, yeah, I got some more things that we're going to cover real quick. Let's talk about our relationships. All right. Talk about our relationships. So, because we got that number 9 energy, y'all, this is not a soft love month. This is not a soft love month, y'all. It's not a soft love month for family, for relationships, for friendships. That double 9 energy is karmic. And let me go ahead and pull up my notes here on this, because the way Darcellandre defines karmic, it ain't got nothing to do with no past lives. Excuse me. And I ain't saying that it's wrong when people talk about that. But it's unfinished business. That is the Afro-American understanding of karma. Okay? At least mine. It is the residue of our choices. Okay? It's the residue of our choices, of my choices, of my ancestor choice, of my community's choices that we got to live through, that we got to correct, that we have to balance. That's what I mean when I say karmic. Okay? And this is true whether you black or you're not black. This is true. All right? So this is patterns that we keep repeating till the truth is faced. That's what I mean. All right? So I wanted to be clear on that. So this month also brings things from the past, people from the past, not to rekindle. Hold up. Talk about bringing something from the past. Do I have my, is it in here? Did I take it out? Baby, I was going to pull out the old clack fan, sweetie. Oh, boom. Okay. I want to be clear. The things, the relationships that resurface are not the ones that you need to rekindle. It is coming to you to show you what you need to release. Is it possible that there could be a rekindlization? Sure, but that's not what this is about. It's about highlighting for you what you need to release. That's what it's about. Okay? The spirit is trying to let you know that there's not going to be a single false bond that survives this month. So you can expect that your exes are going to come back. You can expect estranged family members to come back. You can expect old friends to suddenly reappear. Jesus. Expect all that. But sometimes, and hear me when I tell you this, are y'all listening? Listen good. Sometimes the resurgence is not an invitation to reconcile. Sometimes the resurgence is an invitation to close the book. Again, when we talk karmic, we're talking about unfinished business. Not business you need to pick back up and continue. It is unfinished. It comes to finish something. All right? Handle your unfinished business so it does not become a hate to you. So it does not come to haunt you in your next season. Now, we got some relationships that will collapse because it's dishonest, because it's avoided, because it was a performance, it was a look, honey, y'all look great together, but it wasn't real. Yes, couples and friends that have been faking it for months or years will find that the mask is too heavy now. Child, the arms is tired, the face is sagging. I think I better let it go. It looks like another love TKO. And for some, this will mean endings. But guess what? For others, it would mean a chance to redefine the terms of the connection. You know, let's revisit this. Let's really sit with this and see, all right, how do we like how it's going? Is this going in a great direction? Did I have an expectation when we first met, and now we need to shift this expectation? We need to redefine. That's the opportunity. 9 provides the blessing to end, but also the blessing to edit, the blessing to revive. Because right after we get out of this month, we're going to a number 1, where it's a new start. So it don't mean that it's having to come to an end. The Spirit is like, listen, clean up all the shit that needs to be cleaned up, revise what needs to be revised, create you a 10 commandments out of your relationship. I will, okay, I will do this. I will be an active listening partner. I will not wait to bring up an issue. I will, whatever. Create that between you and your friend or you and your partner and live by that. Create a 10 commandment for you and your partner to operate with. So it is the constitution of your relationship. Okay? So take that opportunity. Because I'll tell you, the relationships that's going to survive is the ones that's truthful. It's the one that is accountable. It's the ones that are open. Those partnerships are going to grow stronger this month. Because these are the relationships that grow through the fire, through the limit to the wall. Okay? And they've proven themselves to be real. I got a musical spirit today. Got to be real. Got to be real. Okay? So know that. And if you find yourself in a breakup with a relationship partner or with a friend, it's a closure. You don't need to try to salvage it and be like, oh my God, what is it? It's a closure. And because it's that karmic completion, the unfinished business has been complete. Got it? And when it ends, just like we do with the dead things, we honor the dead things. That's when you know it's really dead. We know it's really dead when we can pay our respects. That's how we know it's dead. When we can honor it. When we release it. That's how we know. When we talk about the relationship and it's not that motherfucker did and now we hit the roof just talking about it. Well, that thing is yet still alive, apparently. But when we could tell the truth, that man was no good. He was a terrorist to my life, and I learned that the greatest focus has got to be me. I learned that I could survive things that I never thought I could survive. I also learned that as much as I say it couldn't be me, it ended up being me. So I learned that I need to be a little more compassionate and grace-giving to the children, to the girls, to the people that are in my life, because I didn't think it would be me, and it was me for a long time. That's when it's dead, because you can pay your respects to the dead. All right? And so this is what we got. We're going to let the finished business get finished. We're going to liberate our emotion. We're going to cry when we need to cry. We're going to release the grief. We're going to make honesty our medicine. We're going to do some ancestral healing. We're going to close the things that our bloodline could not. And as I free myself, I free others. But guess what? As I hide myself, I hide others. Yeah, we just want to repeat the good and faithful one. As I free myself, I free others. But as I chain myself, I chain others. As I hide myself, I hide others. As I silence myself, I silence others. As within, so without. So the truths are going to be made clear. And we're going to lean in and believe those truths. When it said, oh my God, this person just, I ain't never seen this person act like this. Yeah, that's the truth. So we need to explore that truth. All right? And that don't mean it's going to fall apart, but it has to be faced. And we are clearing, ultimately, this is what we're doing. Ultimately, we are clearing the space for the new things. When we let go what's dead, the space becomes sacred again. And we are preparing ourselves for that next month. Now, ain't that good news? I think that's good news. And so I see there's 14 people that's on YouTube now. There's 3 people listening in on Instagram. There's 14 people who's here on the Clock app. Something that I want to do, I've started to employ this in my theater space. Something that I want to do is have some hard questions. And we're going to answer these questions in real time. And you can answer in 1 word, 2, 3 words, something like that. But you need to answer it if you hear. And that's the least you could do. If you're going to sit in class, at least answer the questions. All right? Because it's very important that we keep inquiry on ourselves. We got to. If you don't ask questions of nobody, you got to ask questions about yourself. And I don't believe you don't know. I don't believe that you dumb. I don't believe you not as smart as me or those that do this work. I believe that you ain't asked yourself the right questions. And so we're going to start giving some questions. The first question is, and I need everybody here to answer. You can answer in a word or 2, 3 words, a sentence, whatever. What corpse am I still dragging around, pretending it is alive? Come on. Let's get the liberation. Come on, comments. Let's get the liberation. Let's start today on 9/1, putting ourselves at the forefront of this energy. Answer. What corpse are you still dragging around, pretending it is alive? Health. Come on. Relationships. I'm not good enough. Right. Claude, be quiet. Thank you, Claude. Wait. That's right. Come on. Use this opportunity to liberate the self. This is good. We got lack of confidence. Very good. We got my husband. Woo! But I'm not pretending it's alive. Very good. Katina, that I need a man to be successful. That, come on, that's a corpse. Like I said, people say that denial is a river. I said denial is a rope that's tying you to a dead thing. I have novels and poems about it all. Oh, you do? Got it. Abandonment issues. Right, abandonment. You said my sanity. People pleasing. Very good. Abandonment. Right. Very good. Very good. You see, just by you answering that, typing that, taking it out of your body and putting it out into the world, you are putting yourself in the forefront of this energy. That's the first question. You said insecurity, my overall health. All right. Got it. Got it. That's the first question. This is you actually putting yourself at the forefront. This is you actually putting yourself in the power seat. This is you Stop allowing life to just happen to you, and you can start to happen to life. Second question. You said old traumatic marriage. Still been ranting about it. Imposter syndrome. Got it. So first thing you need to do, call the dead thing dead. Call the dead thing dead. And tell it to so many. Call your best friend and say, friend, I just need to tell you this so that you can hold me accountable. My relationship with so-and-so is dead. I gotta call it dead. Hold me accountable to that, please. Call it dead. Call the thing dead. Stop giving it a name that signals that it is alive. Second question. What freedom am I terrified of? What freedom am I terrified of? That's good. Amaya says family, relationships conforming. Got it. What freedom am I terrified of? Woo! I didn't know it, but for me, it was definitely love. But life is knocking me up out of that. Come on, you said what? Being fully seen. Good, we're calling it out. Being fully seen. Independence. Freedom to be authentic and judge. Got it. What freedom are you terrified of? My attachment to people pleasing is dead. Oh, you better call it dead. Wait a minute. Hold on. There's some oil in this. My attachment to people pleasing is dead. That's good. That is real good. Hold on. Y'all better do the things. Hold on. Wait. You done shifted the atmosphere with this one. I know y'all answering the other question. Y'all said finance are getting out of hand. Freedom I'm terrified of is being 100% me. Hold on. Terrified of your self-doubt. I'm terrified of being successful on my own. I crave that validation. That's good. Hold on. Freedom of peace, security, and independence. Right. We doing the work. My fear of being judged is dead. Wait. Listen, I think, can we shift here? I know we had the question about freedom, but can we start putting into the chat the dead things? And let's call them dead. Let's put that into the chat. What are the dead things? And we need to call those things dead. Come on. You said my fear of being judged is dead. Come on. Let's put it in the chat. What's dead? What's dead? Let's call it dead. Y'all shifted the atmosphere with this. Come on, let's call it dead. Woo! I'm going to type my fear of being loved intimately is dead. Woo! I had to put it in the chat. It's dead. My self-doubt and feelings of unworthiness are dead. Come on. It's dead. We calling it dead. Nina. My marriage is dead. Come on. We doing the work. Your overthinking is dead. This is the work. Fear is dead. Yes. My attachment to prioritizing other people's needs before my own is dead. Come on. Come on. What do we got? My fear of my personal power is dead. My fear of companionship is dead. Yes, this is it. Come on. Listen, this is how you raise the dead. They talking about they raising the dead. Honey. This how you do it. My attachment for seeking for love in the wrong places is dead. Good. My need to validate everyone but myself is dead. Yes. My fear of thinking my gifts will of what my gifts will require of me is dead. I said it out loud too and feel empowered. Call those things dead. Listen, my fear of my body is dead. Woo! Listen, we calling the dead things dead. My fear of myself and what I can do is dead. Okay? Listen, working just to get by is dead. Oh, hold on. Let me tag in. Enough. Woo! Me not having enough funds to be free is dead. Lack is dead. My fear of not having enough is dead. Listen, if you grew up in a church experience, they'll tell you that the power of life or death is in the tongue. Call that thing dead aloud. Woo! What else is dead? What we need to kill next? Hold on. Listen, this is my fear. Oh yeah, it's dead. We're calling the dead things dead. Listen, living paycheck to paycheck is dead. Come on. My fear of abandonment is dead. Listen, my fear of going to hell because I left the church is dead. Woo! Come on, we calling the dead things dead. We're calling the dead things dead. My fear of disappointing others is dead. Good, come on. Woo, my rumination is dead. Come on. This is it. This is how we shift that energy. This is how you happen to 9 instead of 9 happening to you. This is how this works. My fear of trusting my own intuition is dead. I understand and I agree. My fear of being alone is dead. Y'all better dimming my light to make others comfortable is dead. It's a dead thing. My need to be liked by everyone else is dead. Come on. My scarcity mindset is dead. Woo! Woo! Listen, come on. I love it here. Ain't that it? Lacking confidence in my abilities is dead. Woo! Hold on. My fear of being too much is dead. Listen, my fear of being unlovable is dead. My fear of aging is dead. My fear of starting over is dead. My fear of not being a good mom without their father is dead. Oh, ooh, I had to cut a step. It's dead. Come on, my fear of shifting the atmosphere is dead. Come on. Fear of failure is dead. Listen, my fear of asking for help is dead. Come on now. Listen. Ooh, this is good. My fear of not being supported as a single mom is dead. Come on. Come on. We're calling the dead things dead. We're calling them dead. What else y'all got? Listen, pretending to be okay is dead. Woo! The cycles of poverty are dead. The shame that I inherited is dead. My procrastination is dead. My unhealthy attachment is dead. All right, now hold on. Listen. Now we really finna shift it. Can we shift it for real? Can we shift it for real now? Now that we done start calling things dead, let's start calling things alive. My joy is alive. My belief in my success is alive. Woo! Woo! Come on, let's shift it. Let's start calling the things alive that the world has been trying to make dead. What do we got? Listen, come on, my business is alive. Come on, my bank account is alive. Yes, my writing is alive. Come on, baby. This is good. My peace, my happiness, and success is alive. Woo! My goals and aspirations are alive. My happiness is alive. Showing up authentically, me, is alive. Woo, my words are alive. My first published book is alive. Come on, accomplishments. Listen. Woo! My nature content with the pics are alive. You better. Come on. Let's call the things alive. My bones are alive. My confidence in my voice are alive. Yes, my creativity is definitely alive. Okay? My healing is alive. My next steps are alive. Huh? My purpose is alive. Yes. My youthfulness is alive. My youthfulness is alive. I am alive. My forgiveness and moving forward is alive. Yes. Good. This is good. Come on, let's keep it coming. We done spoke about the dead things, but that's the order. We call the things dead that are dead, and then we start calling the things that are alive, alive. That's right with that number 9. We clear, and then we bring in. My heart space is open and alive. Yes. My generational wealth is alive. All right. Doing all and not delegating is dead. Come on. You got to throw that dead one in there again. All right. My vlog is alive. My creative expression is alive. My ability to let go of what doesn't serve me is alive. Yes. My power is alive. I am alive. I am alive. Listen, you being able to rest is alive. Your ability to hope again and forgive is alive. My contentment is alive. My success is alive. My inner peace is alive. My ideal future is alive. Yes, it's alive. Woo! Woo! It's alive. Woo! Being alive, guess what? How do we make sure it's alive, y'all? We want to be present with it. I'm being present with my wellness. Right? Because being alive is not just breathing. Being alive is feeling the breath. Being alive is waking up and noticing that you're here. Being alive means that you are refusing to live in the funeral of yesterday, or in the fantasy of tomorrow, but instead I am fully present, sitting in this now. So if I'm saying that my ability to be well. My divine femininity, my wellness, my money, my business, my purpose, my peace, my hope is alive. Guess when it is alive? That means it's alive right now. Not later, not after I lose the weight, not after I get the money, not after I be successful, not after I get the fortune, not after I get the fame, but it's alive now. All of the things that you are calling dead are dead now. All the things that you are calling alive are alive now. It's alive now. It's alive now. It's alive. Everything alive grows. Sure, your business was only bringing in this much money. Now it's only bringing in $10 more. Guess what? It's growing. My unconditional love I have for myself is alive. That means it's growing. It's growing. Alive things don't stay stagnant. Alive things shift and stretch and evolve. Alive things, a relationship grows deeper, not just longer. That's alive. A project that we have that develops new layers. Instead of repeating the same stuff, it is alive. And guess what? Alive things have a rhythm. So there is an up and there is a down. There is an expansion. There's a contraction. There's an inhale. There's an inhale and an exhale. If something can rest and still return, it's alive. If it can rest and return stronger, it's alive. And if it collapses, woo, the moment you stop forcing it, hear this. I need y'all to hear this with your good ears. Let me put my ears from underneath this hair wrap. If it collapses, the moment you stop forcing it, baby, it was already dead. It was already dead. If it feels, see, being alive carries a sensation. You can feel the warmth. You can feel the movement. You can feel the connection. If it sparks joy, if it challenges you, if it stirs emotion, it is alive. If it leaves you numb, it is not. And you can just be tied to a dead thing. So these things are alive. We are going to call this month anything that's dead, we're calling it dead. And anything that's alive, so shall it live. And so shall we give it its proper name and its proper title. Divine source, divine spirit. First, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for the ability to live. Thank you for the ability to dive in within ourselves and tell the truth. Thank you for the safekeeping of knowing that though the world may respond in a way that we do not like, the actual response, the actual opinion, the actual source of which we should be concerned with is you. And we know, Spirit, that you are centered and focused on our growth and on our development. So as long as we are evolving, as long as we are growing, Spirit, your only answer to us will be and will forever be yes. Spirit, we thank you for the things that you bring to us already being a yes. Spirit, we thank you for the joys and the hopes that we bring to you already being a yes. We thank you for the yes, Spirit. We thank you for the ability to recognize, to know that the dead things that we see around us is evidence of us having lived. And if we are looking at the dead, that means we are still alive. And we are grateful for that. We are grateful for the chance to see ourselves clearer. We're grateful for the chance, the opportunity to sit where we are right and know what we have right now is more than enough. We're grateful for that, Spirit. We're grateful for the ability to start again. Spirit, we can be frustrated with the ability to start over, but we could be in a situation where we can't start at all. So we're grateful for that. We're grateful for the chance, the opportunity to look around and be an inspiration to those around us, Spirit, because so as we liberate ourselves, Spirit, we're grateful to be a liberator for others. And let us know with that caution that as we hide and limit and silence and shut ourselves up, we are doing that to our brothers and to our sisters and to our ancestors and to our children. Spirit, we ask for the balance of justice and joy. Spirit, we ask for the balance of hard work and focus and determination with ease and love and intimacy. We're grateful for this energy. We call this energy to us into a perfect alignment. And Spirit, we are committed to doing everything that we can to stay on the positive side of those numbers. It is in the name of all that is, we say it is so. And so it is. Woo! Listen, I had to go into a quick Terry. It is so, and so it is. Truly, a deep bow to you. Truly, a thank you to you for being here, for participating, for being present, for being in the moment. A thank you to your ancestors that led you here. A connection to the energies that surround you, that led you here to this moment, to this time. Whatever you got today, make it your mission to run and tell that. Whatever you understood clearly today, make it your mission to run and tell that. Wisdom is not meant to be kept and only within. Wisdom is meant to be shared to your community. So if you trust somebody, if you love somebody, help them. Because as you free yourself, you free others. All right? So pay attention, y'all, to the numbers. Rewatch the video. Share the video. If you're on TikTok, you're on Instagram, the replay is on my YouTube. You can get on my YouTube. All right? Spirit, what direction you want me to go in now? Am I getting off? Or we need to open the floor for something else? Okay. We're going to close the door. Go and meditate on what we talked about. I love you all from a light-filled place. Remember, be well and do well. That is the only thing that your God, your source, your spirit, your ancestors, your team ask of you. Talk to y'all later. Peace, everybody. Peace.